Fading in.
Excellent. Oh, there we go. So that is the music playing as the scene opens up. Again, just for reminders, it's been some months since your last adventure. That was in the fall, so now we're all the way to the spring, and there's like a waxing moon out, and we open up on a clear night in the forests, in the woods near somewhere in Tennessee, right next to the mountains. And there's this country road, and suddenly a van comes screeching out of the darkness, makes a turn, and starts barreling down this country road. And that's the music playing on the speakers. And close behind, bursting from the woods, is this gigantic creature. It's about 30 feet tall, and it's got these cloven, stubby legs like an elephant's legs, but they end in like hooves, and the entire it's like a quadruped, and its forwards quarters are taller than its back, and it's the top of the creature is a mass of wood-like ropey tentacles, flailing in the air, and it's got mouths and tentacles make up most of the body, superior to the legs themselves that are propelling this thing forward, and it's headed straight for the van. And it is, of course, the Quantum Black van that Team Bravo uses in their missions. And so we have Jerry driving, I believe, as usual.
Yeah.
And this thing is on top of you. This thing is right next to you, and it's going to approach. So I think we should start by just rolling up initiative.
Wow.
And just getting a sense of who goes first and who goes next and what happens.
Are we starting with 3 style?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
sounds good. Yeah.
Get my style dice out.
Oh, where are my chips?
Roll initiative, eh?
Yes, please. All right, let me make a list here of everybody.
Dice. I have to get a little dice tray here. Hold on.
3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, 4.
Oh, okay. So Richard has 4.
Whoa, 4.
Ooh. So Stan has 4 as well. What I believe what was the tiebreaker? Dexterity? I forget.
It is.
Yeah, it's Dex.
First it's Dex, then it's something else. But
so what do you guys have for Dex, Richard and
Tied. We have 3.
3.
Okay, so just roll off, then is what we'll do. Ooh. So Jerry has 4 as well. What's your dexterity, Jerry?
4.
4. Is Jerry higher than you guys?
Show off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eloy.
Uh-huh.
Suggestion: since initiative is dexterity plus intelligence, you can have intelligence as the second tie break and then roll off.
I think it is actually.
Oh, okay. Okay. So who's smarter?
At 2.
Which
Okay.
character is smarter?
Richard and Stan. Okay. Who am I missing? I'm missing
Ethan
and Colt.
2.
Colt has 2.
Are we rolling with dice?
And
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
because I have
please.
4. Okay.
4 is your dice total? Is that
No,
what
it's
you
my
roll?
initiative.
Oh, it's your pool.
Well, my pool is 6 for initiative.
Oh,
but-
so you did roll a 4 as well. Okay.
Yeah.
But and you're the smartest guy around. So I'm thinking you're
But what's your Dex?
oh, that's your dex first. That's
Two only.
right.
I mean,
only.
This whole thing about like tiebreakers for who goes, I don't know.
It's a rule, man.
Much breath has been spent upon this this particular matter.
Jerry, your dexterity was what again? I'm sorry.
4.
4. That's right. Okay. And Richard was 3, right?
Affirm.
Okay. So Ethan. Okay, I think we got our actions rotation here. All right. So first up is Jerry. Jerry, you're driving down this road, man. You just finished a turn, and so the creature has caught up to you. You haven't had a chance to open up, I'm driving. So I think the way we need to handle this, if you want to get away from this monster, you're going to have to do some driving checks, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm doing some fancy show off driving, taking turns, recklessly, and going for broke.
Okay, so what we could do is have you roll your driving skill, your driving skill, whatever it is, plus add 2 dice to that pool, and we'll have you roll off against the creature and see how that's working out.
I'm adding 2 dice to my
Can I
driving
help
pool?
him by backseat driving?
Yes, sir. No, you cannot.
Shut up!
Drive faster.
Just shut up!
Please drive faster.
Drive faster. Please drive faster.
Watch out!
This is the vehicle's top speed.
It is a vehicle top speed.
All right. And why am I adding 2 dice to my pool, which I'm not arguing about? I'm just curious.
Because of the size differential.
Oh, that's right. Right on. Okay.
These are large.
Okay. I got a 5 successes.
You have 5 successes, which is really good
Yes, it
for
is.
you. So you seem to be pulling ahead of the creature, which is always good. And
skidding and sliding and
yeah,
Gravel
and
everywhere, yeah.
for your action, if you wish, you can try to maybe go full defense or something if the creature attacks, because you're driving, right? There's not really much else you can do.
oh yeah, I mean if it attacks,
yeah.
I'm trying to do some defensive driving. Absolutely.
So we could do that. So it's a funny thing though. You don't know exactly why this creature. Well, you kind of guessed that this creature is after you, because lying on the floor of the van is an unconscious 15-year-old kid, which you just pulled out of a ceremony in the woods, where you got the feeling that this kid was about to be sacrificed. But there's no time to think about that. I mean, what is Richard doing? This thing is right on top of you. It's huge. It can, you're pulling slightly ahead, but it's in reach. Those tentacles look pretty big.
I forget. Did we have any armaments on the van?
The van itself does not have weaponry. You do have the gear
I have something in mind.
that you have available as part of the team. Jose, do you know the page number for the gear? I think it's 100.
Yeah, here it's in the equipment chapter. It's page 136. Yeah, combat gear. There is in the van. There is 1 Uzi, 1 M16, 30 rounds, 30 extra rounds of ammo for each weapon, and 5 magazines. And that's for each weapon everybody's carrying. There's 2 assault vests, 2 tasers, and an animal taser.
Okay, nothing that goes boom.
Shoot,
No.
a fella could have a good time in Vegas. With all that.
Well, I mean, I have an idea. We're gonna have to siphon the gas tank. I hope there is some.
We'd have to stop.
While we're moving?
Yes. What's the problem? I have a drill.
You know what?
Good Lord.
We're going to die anyway, so let's go ahead. I'll give it a
Richard,
shot. What are you thinking?
It's your turn. What?
Can I do? Is there a hold move action? or a defer? Because I'm team lead, I'm gonna go with an idea that pops up. That's
I guess.
like my
I'm
move
pretty sure you
is
can
to
hold your action.
say, all right, Eric, do your thing.
Okay.
Oh, I have
so,
no idea. But yeah, just
So-
try keep getting away from this.
All right. So after Richard, it's Ethan.
Okay,
What-
does this thing have eyeballs? So that's the first thing. Is this vision? Is it
It
following us
doesn't
on a visual
seem to
sense?
eyeballs. You don't seem to realize.
Hmm.
It doesn't
Hmm.
actually say.
Okay. I mean, okay, like yeah, looking at it through through like my scope, I guess that's kind of I think the thing that's on my mind.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. You do all have to make a sanity check. Let's
Yes.
see.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so the horror rating for this thing is a 4.
Okay,
We
hooray!
probably should have started with that, but thank you for reminding me.
I'm
Too many
looking in the
things
rear.
to juggle. Yeah,
I'm looking in the rear view mirror for a really good look at this thing.
yeah,
One,
All right,
two, three.
yeah. Your mirror says objects may appear closer than they are, so it's a huge.
Damn it! Yeah, this is horror. A
Okay,
4.
so it's a 4. So Richard
what I
rolls a
get.
3. Okay, whoever has a 4, you're good. Uh-oh. So this means that Ivan is at -2 to his sanity, and it's a
I'm at
penalty of -1 to actions.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Dell
Yep.
has a -1 to his action and also a -1 to his sanity score. Who else?
I rolled a 4 now.
I have-
Richard
Yeah, no.
also has a 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Richard who rolled a 3, not Stan.
Right.
Yeah.
Stan is keeping it together. And Jose has what? A 3 as well. So Jose has a 1 penalty to his sanity and a -1 penalty to his die pool. So your driver is in the worst position actually.
Great.
So what did you
What the
roll on
hell?
that drive check?
I rolled 5, so it's gonna be.
Roll a 5, so it's going to be a 4. Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. You do manage to pull a bit ahead. So Ethan, what's it going to be? One
Oh,
action.
well, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I presume I have sanity problems, but of my own. And so yeah, I'm in the same situation as Ivan.
Okay, so you're at -1 to your rolls and -2 to your sanity score.
Yeah. With that in mind, I'm thinking that where's our spare tire? Is it underneath of the is it underneath the chassis in a sling, or is it on the back door?
It's outside on the back door, where all van spare tires are, next to the ladder.
That's right. Okay, let's go with that. Yeah. So
All right. Well, let's let's get as much of this kid's hair and clothing, like if he has a jacket or anything like that, with his scent on it.
he's wearing a white robe,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course he is.
Oh.
of course. You know it is. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea where you're going with the hair. How is kid got enough hair that we can cut it off, cut some of it off, cut a lock or 2 off?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm wondering what the chance of not poking him in the eye with the scissors are. Well,
He has a mullet. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go
Perfect.
full.
Okay, we're gonna.
Full.
So
Blast.
while
Yo there.
yeah, I'll start working on cutting off the party and back.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get the tire in the back here with us while yeah. It
That,
doesn't necessarily need to be in the back. Actually, I'm just gonna start cutting on the tire. Yeah. I'm just gonna cut a slit in it.
yeah, the tire sounds like you'd have to open the door, climb on the ladder, close the door, and then pull off the tire somehow from the mount. right? So it sounds like a task, a serious task, trying to do that as you're moving.
And usually on those vans, the tire had like this plastic thing on
Plastic
top of it,
cover,
right?
yeah.
A
So you have to
cover.
pop the thing. You need like a crowbar or not a crowbar, a tire iron, pry it open, and then twist the nuts on it. And
Oh,
so
well,
it's
if we have one of those vanity covers,
I mean, it
cover
is
my
quantum black, of course.
yeah. I think that'll do by itself. I'm just imagining that if we can pack enough of this kid's scent into it and just throw it out the back, and maybe it'll kind of roll off in a different direction, and we'll get a little bit. We can try and get a little more lead time. That's what's on my mind. Seems like we can't do surgery on the tire to make it into a bomb, given where the tire is. So that's my best guess.
That's
the
a fair
moment.
assessment.
Yeah. So I'll just try and get the tire cover inside, and yes, tell me what I need to roll.
okay. So you open the back door,
Mhm.
and so you got This sounds to me like a sheer dexterity.
Oh, it sounds like athletics.
Or athletics, yeah. You could probably leverage athletics into that.
Yeah, that's an athletics test.
But it's if it's just popping the cover and pulling it inside, it's got to be hard because the van is moving at high velocity. You know, it's not a smooth highway road, right? It's like stones and boom, 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 and the van is
I know, I follow.
you know, so it's like going through the rough terrain, and so it's four difficulty.
Might Colt be able to assist in a sense of holding on to him, serving as an anchor?
Well, or I can hold on to gold. Like I think I open up the door and
we have somebody else do that.
spitting. I'm like, maybe somebody else should do this.
It would be a great idea. Just get somebody else to do it. They'll do it.
Yeah, you can throw it out. And, are you doing it yourself or no? Because if you're not, then we go to the next initiative count. You can throw it out there, right? Throw out the idea if you don't want to do it yourself.
I think I open the door and I look at it and I say nope, and I will assist anyone who does try and do it.
Okay, so funny enough, after Ethan goes the monster. So as soon as you open the door,
okay,
you see one of those large tentacles just coming down on the van. And Jerry, are you doing a full defense on your?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, what am I doing? A drive check to try to avoid this tentacle, or
no? We're gonna do the van's defense plus your total defense action.
Okay.
So we're gonna have you do an 8 dice defense roll for the van.
All right, cool.
So as long as you do total defense, right?
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's
Of
different.
the van, total defense of the van.
Well, that's 3 successes, so below the average.
That is 3 successes. All right. So the tentacle just slams on top of the roof of the van, right? And so part of the roof just crumbles in. And
Jesus.
you just the bottom of the van scrapes on the gravel of the road. Somehow miraculously the tires hold, so it doesn't it doesn't blow out the tires with the impact, but it's a huge tentacle,
and
it
almost spare. It's okay.
Yes, you do. But
Did it rip off the back door when it was open?
If like all 4 of them blow out at the same time, you're going to be in trouble. So anyway, the roof of the van is now dented, so the door is propped open. It's not going to close back now. It's screwed up. So
good job, man. That's awesome.
But the good news is that the van is still alive, right? And after that,
the door is open.
And the door is open.
Would it's not locked closed.
Exactly.
No, it's locked open. That's good. All right.
And it is Stan demands
All right.
turn.
Well,
Terry, can you drive a little more crazy?
all right. Woohoo! Stan's got his pistols at the ready. He's
Mhm.
juiced up for some reason. All right. And the door flies open.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and start popping.
Go ahead.
Popping the
Shoot it, man.
right. What would be? I'm gonna use one style on this. Throw my adrenaline juice in there. 7.
Yeah.
How much?
7.
7. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So, you know, are you using both pistols? One pistol? Tell me what this looks like.
It looks like well, I got 2 pistols in my hand, but he's obscuring me when he's opened the door. The door flies open,
Uh-huh.
and so I have to brace myself from the rock of the van
Okay.
with the other, the other one get it fire it off with one pistol. All right.
Okay. So you know, just like taking aim and squeezing off a few rounds, and the thing is so big that you hit and you see flashes of liquid. You catch a glimpse that your shots are landing, and you see sprays of some sort of fluid against the light of the moon behind you, right behind the monster. A few drops fall onto Ethan,
Oh,
and it smells horrible.
Horrid. Yeah,
It's
to my glee and satisfaction.
it's a brown
Icker.
viscous ichor that lands on you, like drops of it land on you.
of course.
But not too much, just a few drops, right? So yeah, that's your turn. And right behind you comes Colt.
Yeah, so when Ethan opens the door, Colt's like, "What the hell are you?" And then obviously the tentacle slams, props it open. So like, holy shit! So he had been reaching for his Remington 700 hunting / sniper rifle because
Nice.
he figures the M16 bullets are probably not powerful enough for this thing. So he's like trying to keep his balance on one knee as he's kind of like weirded out by this thing, and he's gonna shoot it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a called shot to its limb,
Mhm.
which is technically a -2, so I have to roll -3. My reasoning being he's gonna try to shoot at one of its lead foots to try and trip him up. What I want to achieve by that is to give him a penalty on the contested move check next round. So I want
Oh,
to try and trip him off with a cult shot.
nice.
And I'm gonna use a point of style, and how I'm gonna explain this style is that before he raises the rifle,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
he
Oh,
turns
there we
his
go.
Detroit Lions cap around so he can
Style, yes.
Yeah.
Style is given. Style is earned, and
it's
style is
earned,
given.
so instant karma.
Yeah.
All righty then. So that's 16 minus.
Minus its rating, is that correct? So you just deduct the entire rating of its defense? Is that how it
No.
works?
That would be if I'm gonna damage it.
Oh, okay.
I'm targeting a limb, so that's a -2.
Oh,
There's
it's
a little table
minus
on
2 to your attack.
a little table on page 95. So
That is what you're doing, targeting a specific location. Yes.
right, and
Limit
it's the
-2.
result of a specific location is up to the game master. Now, what I'm suggesting
Is penalty to move. Yeah.
right
That sounds
based on
reasonable.
based on if I get so I have 16 -2 for shooting at the limb, -1 for being freaked out. So that's 13 plus 1 for style, so that's 14 dices.
Nice.
1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jesus. 14.
Better open the Razzie set, see if there's any more dice in there.
No, I got all sorts of dice here.
Yeah.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. All right. So, wow, that's pretty cool. And this has to do some damage because you are hitting it. So you said 9 total?
Yeah, 9 total.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm
Minus
gonna
his defense, obviously.
exactly. Yeah, I'm deducting that.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deduct some of the damage. So the 5 points that are left over are not gonna go straight to damage. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a -2 penalty to move, and the other 3 points I'm gonna count as damage.
All right.
Okay, that sound
Works
good?
for me. Works for me.
Okay, so -2 to move, and the other 3 go to damage. Yeah. So again, you hit it on one of the legs, and the thing emits a noise. The multiple mouths open up and emit these warbling.
Is it like
sounds.
Is it like a liquid sounding giraffe bleat?
Yeah. It's like a chorus of them. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, it's exactly like a whole pack of them. Yeah.
A pack of phlegmy giraffes.
Yeah. So it sort of it kind of stumbles, and you can see it but the thing recovers and starts moving again.
Yeah, give him a body bag.
So we go back to the top of the slide.
All right, my God, what are we gonna do here?
You gotta drive, man.
Yeah,
You
I know,
gotta
I gotta
drive.
This is bad news. Okay.
Somebody put a bib on him. Drooling.
So
Hey, I'm helping.
He is.
Drive faster.
yeah, I'm really gonna, go for broke here and try to drive like a maniac.
So
trying to
does
get away
this
from
van make noise like Ivan's car?
yeah,
Imagine.
does by now.
Well, if it
Yeah,
didn't before, after
It
the
does
tentacle,
now.
yes, it does now. Yes.
It does now, yeah. Oh yeah. And
Get us out of here, Jay.
I'm trying.
Try
Jeez.
harder.
So just one road. There's no real road splitting off of it, are there?
No, not yet. What you got a good open stretch, so you can really open up on the gas.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really going for broke here, and I'm throwing a couple style in here.
Ooh.
To just try to get some distance between us and this creature. I mean, driving erratically, just if any hills or things, I'm just trying to go airborne, just really just getting some distance. And the 2 style dice gave me nothing, and that's fantastic. But so I only got 3 successes on 8 dice.
Oh wow! But still,
Yeah.
thanks to Colt's well-timed, well-placed shot to the legs, you can see that the creature is losing some of its steam going forward. So just trying to keep control after the band just being slammed against the ground and then just sort of rebounding back up, and it's kind of fishtailing, so you gotta regain control. You do manage to achieve a degree of opening up of the distance. It's still pretty close, and you think one of those tentacles is pretty big. It might try and hit you again, but you are definitely making some progress. So that's working out for you.
I told you we should put nitrous in this thing. I don't care if it's not approved by the company.
I guess that's what you're going with next, and take some style for the choice of song to open take one style for that. Okay, Richard, back up to you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. So I'm at 1 penalty, or does that heal after this round?
Yeah, I guess it heals after this round. Yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to be sure. So yeah, we're in the 80s.
Mhm.
So because I'm looking at the stats in the book, and it's got the M16A2. I know in the 80s we were still using it, or they were still using M16, the A1 model, which did have a fully automatic option, if I remember correctly.
And
I
that's
believe
what I
so.
used last
Yeah.
session a bunch
Yeah.
of times. So.
Cool. Then I'm gonna
Well, that's
follow
just totally like my cousin Vinny.
Colt's lead, and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna go prone in the back,
Uh,
cock it up against the shoulder, and I'm gonna flip it all the way to auto,
yeah.
and try and unload that M16 on the nearest tentacle or nearest like foot or the one of the legs.
Okay.
So
So
the
you
one that looks like it's holding the most weight on it, right, as I'm firing.
okay, but this is not a cold shot, right? It's just a full auto, regular thing, right?
No,
Now
I
you
think
tell me the mechanics of it.
yeah, I
Right?
think I want to. I think I want to go full. I want a call shot. So
Oh wait, can you do both? Let's say I don't know if you can do the auto fire and the cold shot. So I don't think so.
Suppressive fire. What?
I'm
Auto
looking at
fire gives you
cold
a
shot.
+3 bonus to attack.
Yeah, yeah. You need 20 rounds to get a +3 bonus to attack, and I'm looking here.
Oh well, I guess yeah. I don't
It
know.
doesn't say it.
because I mean, when we're talking something that big, like that's exactly what that auto function is for, was to mow.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can
down.
stack those.
You could stack it. You think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could use both at the
Yeah,
same time.
because when you
Makes sense.
can't, it says so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it doesn't say so.
So your intent is to hit it and damage it, or
I'm gonna go
just try and do something like Jose.
Same intent as Colt, where I'm trying to slow it down.
Okay. So
Okay. So -2 or so. Okay, first.
So it's +3 for full auto, -2 for cold shot is still a +1.
Okay, so 5
Correct?
lethal. So yep, 5 lethal to start. I've got my firearms at 6.
So it's your rating +6, right?
Right. Wait, plus yeah. So 6 plus. Okay, so I'm rolling 12.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Oh yes.
Get some.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh
Nice.
wow, nice. So
holy shit, was that Rich?
9.
Just keep your eyes on the road.
I just never seen him hit anything before.
All right, so you do hit a leg again, and now there's bunch of the stuff is flying all over the place, and some of it is getting on the van, more of it is falling in Ethan again. It's just a spray, yeah.
Like a bucket.
But again, you see the creature stumble, right? So it's slowing down. It's markedly slowing down as opposed to the speed it was doing before. It should be much easier for Jerry to get some distance on this thing. It's getting hit, and the full clip just goes, like the sound is deafening as it goes into full auto mode and empties the clip in one go.
I turn up the radio.
And and that's a good call, Richard, Jim. So take a style point too. And we're down to Ethan once more.
Okay, is there a side door?
It's a van, so yeah.
There has to be.
All right.
He just wants to get out of this thing. It's just insane.
Tuck and roll, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to join in the barbaric display, and just
With the
Just
war
knock
paint
off.
just
Yep.
sprayed across his face.
Yep. I'm just gonna join in the barbaric display. I do not believe that this is gonna be very remarkable.
Don't worry, Aaron. I think we'll have plenty of specimen after we're done with it.
Okay. Well, in any case, did we ever decide on a damage value for my my pop gun? For
You said you had an M1 carbine,
yeah.
so that's probably a 3, kind of like a pistol, because
Okay.
it has higher velocity, but it's kind of an anemic.
Yeah, that's
So
an
the-
anemic cartridge for
So it's about the same as a pistol or an Uzi.
exactly. Okay.
My grandfather had one of those. It was a blast. It was awesome. It was a nice little pop gun.
That's the reasoning is that like Ethan is like, if I gotta have something blowing up on my shoulder, it might as well be fun. So I just squeeze off some rounds for a total of 3.
Total of
shot
3
first.
to attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the van seems to be moving way too much because Jerry is just gunning this baby, you know, way too much. So the road is just like, poof, and so you shot go wide, or if you struck, you don't really see the plume of the fluid just popping out of the thing.
Does he hit the door?
Maybe he blows out.
back and forth.
Maybe he just one of the bumps you hit. Maybe he
Shot a
hits.
hole in the muffler,
Yeah, maybe he hits the crystal, the glass on the back of the
nice
window. I don't know. So, but it doesn't seem to be slowing the creature down, and it swings its tentacle once more at the van. So, Jerry, roll that defense.
Come on, man.
Okay.
8 die pool.
8 die pool. Oh God. God save us. Oh.
God. Just take the average, please.
I rolled 2 successes on 8
Oh my
dice.
God.
How many?
2 successes on 8 dice.
2 successes on 8 die. Jeez, it's not your night, guys.
Statistically, that's very unlikely.
Front two tires blow out,
yeah.
You stole my
All right,
dice.
melt those down, Ivan. Melt those down.
Yeah.
So,
I got plenty more. I got plenty more of dice. Those
so the tentacle, the thing has a bunch of tentacles, right? But one of those just sweeps like sideways, and impacts the van on the side. Yeah. And so
roll.
I think I'm gonna get let's do like body rolls or something so you guys don't get hit, because the van just took a ton of damage, and it's sort of it even flips the van like sideways. It lifts a little bit like on 2 wheels on the side, but manages to level out. But now the side is like messed up, and
it's importantly, which side? Passenger or
He
driver?
he made this
passenger.
with the door.
Yeah. So that would have been the door where Ethan would have been standing. So
That's what I'm saying.
it's a good thing, let's do what did I say?
Passive defense. A body check, which is body times 2, or a passive defense, which is body plus armor.
Or can you use acrobatics or whatever instead, if you have it?
Now let's do the body, because you're just bracing. You're not even defending, right? You're just bracing yourself. So as the van is shaking, you don't hit the walls or bounce off the floor or stuff like that, right?
What's our difficulty?
So I'm gonna say that our difficulty is 4.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's twice your body score, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 style.
Oh man.
I got it exactly on the nose.
okay, good.
2 5.
So you got 2. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I got 3.
Okay.
What are we rolling? We're just rolling dexterity.
No, you're
body
rolling
times two.
body score twice your body score.
Oh, it's we're already in pain. Oh,
Yes.
great. Okay.
Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion.
So your margin of failure is your wounds that you take, and we'll call it non-lethal.
Okay.
So you
Oh
know.
wow, I'm fine.
Ah,
Wow.
nice.
You managed to roll 4 successes.
I rolled 6 successes.
On your double your body.
Oh,
I have a body of 3. So
yes, nice. 2. So you take 2 points of damage, but it's non-lethal. Just everybody. It's just you get banged around, right? So like because you're trying to fire and do whatever stuff, and then suddenly the van just moves around you. So right after the monster is Stan.
Okay. I've just been knocked around a little bit, and it's getting crowded back here in that little, because one of the side doors open, so we're all standing in there trying to get shots. And
The back doors are open, right?
The back door.
Right.
One of the back doors, right? One of the back doors, and the other one, I guess.
One of them's open.
Just crumbled.
All 3 of us, all 4 of us are jammed in there trying to shoot out.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, I thought.
You know what?
Out the side.
No, I think you're both leaning out shooting through the back, right? Because the monster's right behind you.
No, I know us 3 are, but
I think I may have opted to shoot out the back. It's just shoot out the side doors, but I mean, if it's a sliding door, then yes.
That's what I was tracking on. So
I'm saying it's getting crowded back there, so Stan's taking a knee and he's sliding down and shooting low to brace himself while this freaking jostling's going on. So let me see. I'm going to eat my road grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again.
7 successes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. So more ichor goes flying. This time it doesn't splash anybody because the thing is starting to fall behind.
Okay, it's falling behind and Stan's like, yeah, and then he quickly throws his pistol down, and I'm reaching for my camera to take a picture before it goes, off in the distance.
Oh, nice!
Try to snap photo.
Nice to snap a photo. Okay, that's interesting. Take a style for that. Trying to get the whole photo of the thing to document. So
right, yeah,
that sounds good. Yeah. And after Stan, it's Colt.
All right, so Colt, rides the shockwave as best he can. Sights down his iron sights. Well, actually, I guess this is optics, but I'm not gonna do an aim action. And this time, he mutters something about something a rifleman, and he aims. And I'm gonna do a called shot for a vital strike.
Oh.
So what's my penalty? If you're thinking we're all dead unless I can find a vital spot in this thing.
You have to have like
it's difficult.
Defense.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell what the vital spot is in this thing.
Does anybody have a skill that can help him out with that?
Well, it's just a cold shot attack, so and it probably has a very high defense that means that pretty much talks about that, right?
Yeah, so I'm guessing. I guess I just assign a penalty to it. So let's see, vital area.
Vital area.
Wait.
The penalty is his whole defense, right?
It's the whole defense, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So it's -8 to your.
All right.
To your pool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and screw it. I'm going to use 2 style because this is too important. I got my duty to these knuckleheads.
He's still rolling 12 dice.
No, 10. 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's right.
Hey, man. Okie dokie. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, Colt, again, I'm guessing you're still, on one knee trying to
Yeah.
peg this thing, and you got to account for the movement of the van as it barrels down this road, and it's just getting back on track because Jerry has managed to recover from the side spin that the tentacle strike imposed upon you. And so he manages to line it up, and as soon as the van gets back on track where it was on the road again, the monster is dead on your sights, and when the appropriate time comes, you just shoot it, and it goes somewhere near the center of mass, like at the base of the tentacles, but between the front of the torso and when the tentacles sprout out, right? And so when you hit, it seems to be dead center of mass, and the creature's knees buckle, the front knees buckle, and it just slides on the gravel road.
Oh, shit.
And the tentacles all collapse on top of let's have Jerry do a final driving roll to see if you can avoid all the tentacles just splaying out, landing.
Impact.
Jerry, go for a driving roll. Driving at +2. You're muted,
Jerry.
You're muted, Ivan. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
How difficult? What's our difficulty here?
I'm gonna say it's tough. Ordinarily, it would be easier, but you just got banged up. The van is sideways. The van is really injured, and so.
Right. I'm doing a driving test at +2.
Driving at +2 versus actually, just a regular driving, and it's tough. Yeah.
So it's 3.
Because it's not really against the monster now. It's more circumstantial. Yeah.
Difficulty 3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna add a style point to roll 7 dice, and yeah. So. Oh yeah. So that's 4.
Okay.
So I see.
So you do manage to swerve a little bit, and the last of the tentacles just collapse on the road, and so the van just zigzags a little bit.
And then I want to kind of slide it and turn it sideways and stop.
Okay.
Looking out the,
Yeah.
just totally cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's dead.
Yeah. And the engine is just sputtering and it's making some noises that an engine really shouldn't make.
I think we threw a rod.
Yeah, you realize that this thing, when it hit the side, the front part of the tentacle just whipped into the front fender, and the hood of the car is buckled, right? So it may have sustained some engine damage. The van is almost a complete wreck, but it's still, you can still drive it.
Oh,
That takes out of your paycheck, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colt kind of in a very action movie moment. I'm being facetious, right? He kind of sits down with his back against the unopened side of the van, works the bolt on the rifle, and he's muttering something about 7.62 millimeter full metal jacket, kind of just staring at the rifle.
Nice.
All right.
Man, that was
Okay. Yes, you succeeded. You killed the beast. So let me grab some water while you scheme and come up with a plan. Hang on.
We skin it and we loot it. No, just kidding.
Still the glands.
So I feel like we probably just want to debrief this
Collect
this
samples.
after,
I'm guessing.
yeah.
Yeah. The other thing we got to find out is how well the kid did with all that rattling around.
What kid? It fell out a mile ago.
Right, exactly.
We threw him out. We threw him out of
And then we
Miami.
got to start working on how Jerry's gonna pay for this. Like this is the third van in 2 months.
I
Yeah, we need to set the
Half
van.
life on these transmissions is 6 months anyway. So.
It's company business. It wasn't. Hey, the radio's busted. God damn it!
All right,
think
so
the antenna-
what do we want to do with this
Right.
thing?
I think it's the antenna, and there's static because the antenna got knocked off. And I'm like, oh, nothing comes. The only thing I can get to come in is a country station.
All right, somebody help me hack off some bits of this this monster before we drive off.
Drop off with country road in the back.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think the van has enough torque to drag the whole corpse.
No,
So-
no, not in this state, right? 'Cause
It's 30 feet tall.
Sorry,
yeah,
guys, I gotta
it's
step away.
massive. It's like an
What's-
elephant.
Put it on top of the
Yeah.
van. Strap it down.
So I'm guessing that Ethan would like have a technique, maybe not for something this huge, but there's like certain areas that you would pick, like blood
Exactly.
sample,
Yep.
eye sample.
Yeah, we got to
sample.
get the eye. We got to get a vitreous humor of the eye, and bottle that. Yeah, and and then let's get some. Let's look for what excretory and secretory orifices and so on.
You keep saying let's, like one of us is going to help you. Go do the thing. Go do the thing. Just make it quick.
Fair enough.
Good.
And so I'm gonna put on some gloves and
Yeah.
some big old.
Like I got to put on
gloves
veterinarian gloves that like go up to your shoulder.
Yeah,
and a plexiglass hood.
flex, face shield and
Yep.
stuff like that.
You need quite a bit of PPE for this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
I'm taking photographs of the thing out there with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Where's Jim? Is Jim gone?
He's
I think
muted.
he's muted and no camera, so I think he's gone.
Wait a minute.
So,
Is that a picture of Ivan on Jim's?
No,
So-
that's Jim.
So okay, so Ethan's gonna skin and loot the kill.
now
So
you can certainly gather samples of it, right? Like the fluids and the stuff. And
anyone here some mechanic?
Yeah, I can. I've got some mechanical. Yeah, I should look. I should open up the engine and see.
I'll hold a flashlight for you.
all right. So while you do that, I was going to fill you in on what was going on, but I don't know if we should wait for Jim to hear. Yeah.
I mean,
So are you going to try some sort of repairs on the
yeah.
on the van? It was down to one structure point, just to let you know. But on the other hand,
Awesome.
you were almost out of the fight, right?
Right.
One more successful dry roll, and you would have escaped.
Right.
the
So what
thing,
I'm
so
doing is
it
just
was-
like giving the van itself a quick once over, like what's the most broken, like what's
Mhm.
likely to break down, like the suspension and the engines and all that kind of stuff. Like I just want to get us to, out of here, park it someplace and then shoot it.
Mhm.
But just so I'm doing that. My mechanic skill is a 4 altogether.
A 4. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
so now-
let's treat it like a medicine roll. So so just roll it and see. We'll see what we can do with those with
Okay,
that damage.
Right on.
Do we think that there is any possibility that I could
At the average.
help him with
Sure.
a fork from engineering? Oh,
Sure.
Can we
Sure,
say
why not?
forking? Is that
It's assist the
Okay.
technical term. So we can give Ivan what 2 extra dice to roll. So
I thought you were carving up the monster.
Oh, I am a little busy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 2, let's treat this like lethal going down to non-lethal and then repaired. So I'm going to say that the van is back up to 2 structure points, which is good enough to get you driving it for a bit. Of course, the door on the back is busted open. And so and it still looks beat up. So going forward, it might draw some attention if you are seen driving this beat up car. So just be aware of that.
I think HQ is going to notice.
HQs probably don't gonna care. Not
Yep.
gonna care, right? Super rich corporation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Where are we? Yeah.
but you are in
Yeah,
the
like
field,
how close
so
are we to a Quantum Black authorized
field on.
Yeah.
So no, you'd have to drive out of the region. That's going to take hours. That's going to take I'm going to say 4 hours to drive out. So I guess it's doable.
So what happened there before? What you were going to tell us?
All right. So the reason you are here in Tennessee, you are in the village of Linwood, Tennessee. It's a small town up in the Appalachian country, and you've come investigating rumors of some sort of miraculous healing that is happening here in this area. Quantum Black has been gathering rumors. There's rumors of people getting cured from cancer.
These don't happen to be in big tents with preachers.
No, actually,
Okay.
there's no clear. There's talk of folk medicines like local folk healing, right? Healing remedies, which of a sudden seemed to be, there was a case in Knoxville of a woman who went for a checkup and suddenly she was healed, right? And so she reported that she had received some folk healing up in the Appalachian country, and that's the lead that Quantum Black picked up on, saying that there might be something to this whole there might be some sort of alternative medicine which is actually working, and it's this correlated with some other reports that Quantum Black gathered in the area, pointed to this area of the town of Linwood, which is just a little small, insignificant place. And so you've been following the trail back here, and you managed to gather that there is some sort of cult, for lack of a better word, who've been conducting some sort of rituals in the woods, right? Reviving on some ancient local customs, and it seems some pagan rites, possibly related to Wicca, but it seems to have its own peculiarities. And so the healing, you linked it to this couple, the Buckners, who live here, Louise and Robert. She's a school teacher. He's a woodworker, local carpenter, and also does sort of woodcraft, right, to sell and stuff, and souvenirs and stuff like that, and he does nice work with that. But that couple seems to be at the head of this revival of folk religion at the area and this pseudo Wiccan rituals, and it seems that part of the thing is conducting some healings, right? And so you have had them under observation for a little bit, and you actually followed them to this area in the woods. You snuck through the woods while they were starting this ritual, everybody dressed in like white linen robes. They're crude affairs, right? Most of them are just bed sheets, hastily sewn together to fashion robes, right? And by the light of the moon, you saw a bunch of people gathering, and they had these two kids, lining up, and you saw a book, and you saw a knife, and you got a bad feeling like one or both of the kids were going to be sacrificed. And as the ceremony was nearing its completion, you saw two of those horrendous creatures lumber out of the woods, their tentacles swaying in rhythm to the chanting of the gathering of these folk. And so you saw the opportunity, you snuck up, grabbed the boy dressed in those robes, and managed to hightail it out of there. When you got the kid was screaming when you grabbed him, and he must have bumped his head when you threw him in the back of the van, but you didn't have too much time to be gentle with this kid, right? Not when the monster was barreling.
Or
down,
maybe somebody cuffed him. I don't know.
or accidentally, he banged his head on the what's the classic excuse? He banged his head on the
door.
On the door, yeah.
3 times, yeah.
3
By
times.
accident.
Colt handled the kid, and
Yeah, get in there, bang. Get in there, bang. Oh, I have to open this.
So that's where we are. That's what's happening, and the kid is still out. So. And this is just me trying a different way because I'm sick of,
of course,
you have to go to this place and do an investigation. And so I figured I'd try something different. Might not work, but hey.
Well, I'm going up to Rich. It's like, I got the car. Should work for a while. I'm not sure how long it's going to be before it gives out, but I did my best on that.
Can we make it back to a QB facility?
Eventually, maybe. I mean, hopefully, once we get on the main road, at least, although this is going to attract quite a bit of attention, it does look like the Jolly Green Giant just like stepped on this thing.
Well, all right. So what's our plan, boss?
Well, all right, Elon, you got all your.
I have enough
samples.
I have enough. I'm frankly, I mean, we haven't dealt with what we just left behind back there.
Colt and Stan, do you think we can? You think we can get some tools and pry off this door that's jammed open?
Bro, the door, just shoot it off. And Stan's, I'm breaking out my gun.
Oh,
whoa,
Jesus Christ,
whoa.
man! What the heck? Calm
there's
down
a
there, cowboy.
five-sided bolt. They're bolted onto the they come off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
If you
I'll take care of that, boss. I'll take care of it.
All right, because if we take off if we have a door flapping down an interstate, we're gonna attract a lot more attention than just not having a door at all. So
This is Tennessee. Yeah, it's true. We can have the door off.
Exactly, and the dents aren't probably gonna phase much anybody.
And we can put a safety, one of the safety nets where that door should be. We should be okay.
Yep, I'm with you. And then we need to. And you're saying the kid's still out?
Yeah, I mean, you got a med kit right on the van. There's got to be smelling salts on it. So you probably.
I was just gonna ask. Yeah. In the meantime, while you two are working on that, Richard will grab the smelling salts. Like, we need to talk to this kid. We need to find out where his parents are. See what he knows about this whole thing, if he knows anything. And see where we go from there. Any objections? Saved rounds? Not actual saved rounds, Colt? No? Alright. So then I'll grab the smelling salts and start washing it under the kid's nose.
So the kid just, jerks and opens his eyes and just pushes your hands out and says, what's going on?
We saved your life, kid. So you have any idea what was going on?
What? Where am I?
Say
Where's,
cheese, kid.
Yeah, you're in the back of a van of a bunch of men who just saved your life. So if you could maybe help us out in identifying who you were at that gathering with, why you're in these white garb, who the girl was that was about your same age.
Ellie Mae? Where's Ellie Mae? Is she here too?
Who is she? Is that your sister? Is that your cousin? Is it both?
Clampett?
No, Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae is the May Queen.
I'm
Ellie Mae's
sorry.
the May Queen.
The what now, son?
The May. I'm the Green Man. What? Where?
So what?
And he's
son.
really disoriented and agitated. But
Yeah.
Where's everybody else?
Calm down. I'll reach over and grab a blanket and kind of just not throw it at him, but throw it at him. Like,
Okay.
listen, calm down, kid. What are you talking about being the Green Man? You are clearly, and hand gestures, not green, nor a man.
I think it's this is more than likely some kind of supernatural occult type reference.
You wanna roll something for that?
I do. I have 1 point in supernatural lore and I have a pool of 5.
Sure. So
I got 2 points. So I'll aid him on that. In supernatural lore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So with assistance from Stan. I'm gonna say this is just average. It's not super hard.
Okay. Well, that's good because I have 3.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So you recognize, some of these terms, the May Queen and the Green Man, as again some pagan celebrations regarding spring rituals in some pagan religions, and the figures at the center of the fertility rites, right? So they from what he's saying, they're ceremonial figures, or these kids are meant to represent those figures, possibly in a fertility rite. That's what it seems reasonable.
Okay.
I mean, Google it. I'm forgetting details, but I Googled it myself, so it's
we follow. Kind of.
That 3 entitles you to a full Google search.
Yeah.
Fertility rite.
And thank you, Ivan, for catching my joke in there.
What is being the Green Man gonna do for you, son?
Also, son, what's your name?
My name's Will Hayes, and this is a kid. He looks to be 14.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah, with the scraggly little mustache that we all got at 14, or 13 or something like that.
I'm leaning over to Cole and saying, fertility rite. This kid probably thought he was going to get laid. Instead, that thing almost ate him. Yeah, it probably wasn't too hard to talk him into that. People out here in Tennessee are crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, what Eon said.
Yeah. So what?
I'm smoking a cigarette out back of the van.
Gotcha. So what are we getting from this? What's our? So we got an agreement. Son, Will, you mind if I call you Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you guys?
Yeah, don't worry about that right now. The biggest thing for you right now is that you are alive. Did you intend on being alive tomorrow morning?
Yeah, it's the right, and it's going to bring prosperity to
Okay, so I want to be clear. You did intend on being alive tomorrow.
Yeah, Louise said, yeah, she said it's part of the rite. The spirits of the forest will be one with the spirit of the forest.
Okay, all right. So here's what I want to pick him up, kind of help him out the van, and like, all right, son, come here. We're gonna get out the van, and we're gonna look at the giant monster blob thing. You see that thing there, son? I think that
I'm
might
holding a
have
flashlight.
been. Yeah,
What is?
there you go.
What does that look like to you? What do you call that?
Yeah, well, you ever seen one of them before?
It's one of the spirits of the forest.
That's what I was afraid of.
It's
So you know what the hell this thing is?
yes, it's the young of the black goat.
I'm sorry, the young?
Yes, it's
I don't want to see the old.
of the forest. And at this point, you hear tires coming up from back from where you guys, you hear the engine noises and you see lights coming from the woods. There seems to be a car coming up.
All right, gentlemen, I think that's our alarm clock to get running.
Is it police lights? Does it have police lights?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you see a couple of cars. There's more than one car. You're now seeing a couple.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a feeling.
I switched to my M16.
Yeah. I have a feeling the party we crashed is finally catching up to us. So, kid, if you want to get back in the van, we'd be happy to escort you to your next destination that includes living till tomorrow. If you don't want to get back in the van, where are you going to get back in the van?
The kid is disoriented, so
Cool.
at this point, until he gets his bearings, I'm going to say that you can.
Okay, so I'll do a quick snap in front of his face.
Yeah.
Son, you with me? No? All right, cool. Fireman, carry him.
Oh, nice.
All right, gents, let's go.
I'm jumping in the
And I'll
That's another style for Ivan right there, yeah.
and then it catches. Pool of black smoke comes.
Yeah. Exactly. So you do manage to pull out and start driving ahead. What's the plan for? Are you planning to try and hole up someplace? Are you going to look? What's your driving plan for now? To have an idea of what goes on.
I
well,
mean,
how much gas we got in the tank, Jerry?
Interesting.
We got enough to get us to the next to a QB landing spot.
No, not really. I mean, this thing probably gets this thing's actually got pretty good gas mileage. I think it's 15, but still, that's not. It's 1983, guys. But
my truck gets the same damn thing, so I don't.
It's a good estimate.
I think my Jeep gets 16. My Suburban got 14 though, no matter what. That's when gas was almost $3 a gallon on a 42.
That's highway, yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So,
that sounds good. Yeah,
it seeps into a van.
Yeah. So anyhow,
you drive the car.
You got about a half tank. So it's not. I mean, no, we're not going to get there. We can get to a gas station. I mean, I suppose we could hit up a motel or something if we really want to, or something. I don't know.
I'm going to say that this being 80s and QB being a huge multinational thing, it's probably like at most in
4 hours.
Major cities, right? Maybe in major city it'll have headquarters per se, right? So
Did you say it was about 4 hours away?
Yeah, and if we're in West Virginia, Cincinnati is the closest thing to a major city, or Memphis, I guess.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Memphis.
No.
Yeah, it might be.
Not still.
I don't know if those count as major, especially in this
Oh,
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
time, yeah.
What's the big one? Memphis?
Nashville.
Nashville's the biggest one in
Yeah, and probably the closest one to the mountains.
With an airport and stuff like that. Okay. So my guess is not too bad. Let's call it 3.5 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
no.
Well,
And the only thing I'm getting on with that busted antenna is this country station. And I was born a coal miner's daughter is playing.
Country road, take me home, man.
Well,
No
let's
different.
listen to the police scanner here.
that's
Because I'm a little concerned we may be committing a kidnapping.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Although if they do go to the police, like, what are they gonna say? Oh yeah, we were trying to, sacrifice him to the forest gods, and some people came and crashed a little. I'm not worried about it. Let's get to the damn gas station, Jerry. Let's get as far as our tank will take us.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, yeah, let's get on the road and we can chat while we drive.
And the idea being, we get as far away from this town as we can.
Yeah, and one thing we might
less likely for the kid to know somebody.
Are we concerned about the girl? I mean, do we think this is time sensitive?
Sir, that's a angry mob behind us. As much as no, we don't care about the little girl. We have the little boy. We saved his life. We have our specimens. Let's get the fuck on.
It's I'm gonna say that role that you and Stan had, because Stan just posted an interesting question. It's the 3rd week of April.
Okay. It's very close to May Day.
And it's very close to May Day. So this year May Day coincides with a full moon, so it might be of special significance. So we'll say you have about a week to May Day, right? So maybe it's the 24th of April, something like that. Yeah.
And the full moon's tonight or on May Day?
No, on May Day. So it sounds like a auspicious date for fertility rites and such.
Gotcha.
Well, boss, it seems like we just need to get another vehicle, but we should really go back. I mean, this is what we do. Yeah. We can't just run away.
I mean, I imagine if we need to sequester the kid, we can probably, I don't want to think about it right now.
I don't know if we need to sequester him. I was just figuring we'd try to save him. That sounds terrible. Why would you do that to him?
Is the kid injured?
No, he just bumped his head on the thing, and he's a little
3 times.
But if you look at his pupils and stuff like that, it's probably just a little banged up.
1,000 miles there.
You probably need something to eat, some water.
You do make a good point. We do need to find out what the hell is going on. What are you thinking? You thinking, Jerry? You think we got? We just need another vehicle. Where the hell are we gonna put this one and all the gear? And do any one of you jerks know how to hotwire a car, or am I gonna have to do that one for you?
Can't we just go to the Enterprise?
I can do it.
Isn't there a rental car? I mean, closer than Nashville.
Rent-a-wreck.
It's a small town, right? So it doesn't really have a car rental agency.
Well, I mean, we just buy a car outright. I don't know if we have credit. We might not have a checkbook that they'll take checks out of. Yeah.
Well, we could probably we should probably get a couple of vehicles, boss. Maybe a sedan, and if we can, a pickup truck. Around here, nobody will mind if there's a couple of rifles in the rack.
Yeah, that's right. We should get something that we blend in, because this thing kind of sticks out like a sore thumb anyway. Like, here we are. But yeah, we could probably even wear some cowboy hats or something.
What the hell are you guys talking about? There was 2 of those things back there. You want to turn around and back?
Yeah. Well, because now there's just one, and it ate the little girl, so it's probably satisfied. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, don't. Yeah.
I think
Jerry's not wrong here.
yeah. We need to switch vehicles, and then we need to come up with well, not we. He kind of like looks at Richard. We need a game plan, but I agree that first order of business is to get a less conspicuous transportation.
Yep. All right. Well, let's find a place we can that looks like it has some vehicles to purchase, and we'll find a good sized ditch to throw this hunk of junk in, unload, and upload the other vehicles.
All right, so
we can't take this kid along with us everywhere we go.
Sure, we can.
Where we can dump him off at?
We'll put him in the trunk.
No, exactly. That's why we need a sedan. It can't be 2 pickup trucks.
Yeah.
We need a sedan with a trunk.
So what we're looking for, I'm thinking what we're looking for is one of those garages that sells used cars. Because we know the keys have got to be inside anyway.
Oh.
We go there at night. We can just take a couple.
Oh hell, I'm just along for a ride anyway, and then I put on my Walkman.
Neck of the woods, yeah. I think we got a good shot of not having to worry about too much.
And if there's a bunch of vehicles, we can switch plates on the ones we take with some others.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, let's make it happen, team.
Just looking for a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Nah, I think we need something less conspicuous. We need some sort of Plymouth or something, and a pickup truck.
I am not driving a K car.
We need a horn that whistles Dixie. Yeah.
K is for quality.
So, you can probably drive down, not in this town, but maybe farther down the mountains. There is another small town, it's near Seaverville. And so, there's this place that has old vehicles. It's kind of like a used car place, but it's also got a junkyard.
Junkyard, yeah.
On the back, and so you approach it, and you can see that it's I don't know. It's one of those cyclone fence type of deals, closing off the property. And it's got big beware of dog yellow signs in front. Because it's night, right? So it's
what's a junkyard without a dog, right?
Yeah.
Just feed us some of that ichor. Scrape it off of Igor's suit.
He's not going to like that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So I'm thinking the way these vans are designed by QB, they probably have means of stripping them down, and they probably have like duffel bags and stuff where you can
transport
if you need to dump the vehicle, right?
It's not that much gear, really. It's like a couple of vests, one rifle, one machine gun, and the rest is one M16, and the rest is kind of like
just leave the place clean.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna decommission it, I guess we can throw a match in the gas tank before we leave.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
That should take care of take the plates, chuck a match in the gas tank.
Yeah.
Do we want to make any appearance that our passenger was immolated with the van? Do you think that'll throw off the trail at all? Not worth the trouble.
Well, which one of us is going to volunteer to be the body?
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess
I'm not walking into no gas station or anything with a buck naked kid. Like, I know it's Tennessee and we got a shot,
you
but
didn't have to
this
go
is
there.
this is not one I'm willing to gamble on.
All right, I'm
Fair.
going in. And I'm taking out the last ham sandwich I have. If there's a dog, maybe you can distract it with this.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll that's a good idea, and we should bring the tasers in case they get too close. Let me
Ooh,
tell you
good
something.
idea.
As a Yankee redneck, I can tell you one thing. These Dixie rednecks love their dogs more than they love their moms. You kill it, they'll come after us more than if we just steal some cars.
So be
All
careful
right.
with that. Yeah.
You got a point.
I'm bringing my pistol out anyway, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
we got three tasers, right? One animal taser and 2 people tasers. So we should.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll use I'll bring a taser. I'll do a taser. Why not? That'll work. All right. Who's opening the gate?
yeah. Also, we should avoid gunfire because if anybody's sleeping in that office,
Yeah.
I guarantee they got a shotgun.
Yeah, what does it look like for? Is there any alarm system? That sort of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Tin cans on the gate.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it has any alarm system. It's just
Nevertheless,
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut the telephone.
Lines. Okay. Okay. So So let's see. I think you got the key elements here. Who's Richard is the team leader. I think this calls for like a group sort of role to see how successful this action is, right?
All right.
It sounds like the salient points here are stealing the cars and getting away without alerting people to your position. Or what was the final decision on the van? What's the
Well, we're gonna put it on the side of a road and strip it, and then drop a lit match in the gas tank.
Yeah, roll it down the side of a mountain if there are.
We'll burn it. Yeah.
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 But I want to burn it right here because it's kind of ridiculous because it'll point a finger right at us. But down the road a little bit.
Just grab a couple of cars, drive somewhere off, and then do it
right
somewhere else. Okay,
that's the plan.
Yeah, take the plate off, whatever.
That sounds good. So I think we're gonna just abstract this to a big stealth roll.
Okay.
I will.
Anybody have a larceny
stay up on the telephone pole and with my night vision, and I will shoot a junkyard dog if it starts barking.
Oh wow!
Well, but that makes more noise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not the dog.
Well, I mean, honestly, out there, people shoot guns all the time, even in.
Yeah, especially after a dog starts barking because it's probably chasing out some damn coon or something.
Yeah, but it's night. It's night though.
Yeah,
so.
fair. Yeah.
So
it's
Okay,
tough to
so
say.
I do have larceny, but my stealth is higher.
Sure.
I've got 2 larceny myself, so I can aid in that.
Yeah.
So let's, it's got a bunch of moving parts. You gotta get the dogs, you gotta get the cars, 2 different cars. You gotta, cut the locks on the gates, right? You gotta bolt cutter it and roll the cars out and get the hell out of Dodge while avoiding waking people up and avoiding any pursuit of presumably of the cultists who were probably on your tail. So I'm going to say that the whole operation is going to be a hard difficulty 4 check, and Richard can take it, and just give us 2 dice for assistance for the rest of the team.
Okay. All right. I got stealth of 5, so all right.
Yeah, I got stealth. I got larceny. I got driving, so I can help with any of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going for two extra.
Yeah, so just 2. Yeah, because everybody helps, and it's going to get ridiculous.
Okay. That puts us at 8.
Yeah, anybody can help donating their style if you want, right? Like
that's
I
yeah.
was actually going to ask if you're okay with me taking the average.
No, let's
Okay.
roll it.
All right.
Make it interesting, because otherwise it's boring.
God damn it, Jim.
Okay, so I'll use 2 style and give myself the extra success.
No, roll it. I want to roll it.
Wait, I gotta roll. How? So I'm rolling
You
one
gotta
die?
roll the style die.
Oh, I used 2
dice.
points to roll. Roll 1 die or
Roll
roll?
2 dice.
No,
Two
each
dice.
die gives you a.
Like, it's style gives you a die.
Oh, okay. All right. It's
We're
not.
just not
Okay.
doing averages because it's more dramatic this way.
But do you get to buy style after the roll though?
So that's what I
Not,
was.
not really, but
Well, I thought it was I thought it was after the roll you use 2 style to get 1.
No, that's only like
No.
for injuries and stuff like that. No.
Oh, okay. So
It's technically after the roll. We kind of failed.
yeah, we did. We failed.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Is,
Yeah,
How
I was,
many
I was
did you roll?
understanding the
if
mechanic.
anybody was gonna
How many successes did you roll?
I rolled 3.
So it's by 1. Okay.
It's a minor failure.
Yeah,
What went wrong?
that's important. Yeah, the it's a simple failure, so it's not a huge
So what?
not a
went
huge
wrong?
deal. So
what got the dude?
I'm not giving him any ideas.
Me neither. Oh no.
I'm gonna let Aloy do this one all by himself.
Rolled the car down off the hill into the police station.
Stop.
Maybe we could only find one working car.
now you got both cars, but
Okay.
when you roll out, shot rings out, and they blow
Okay.
out the back of the rear window of one of the cars of the sedan that you
Okay.
guys got. What was it? A Plymouth? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Plymouth,
Yeah.
back of the Plymouth, and there's shotgun pellets,
Oh.
peppers the back of the car. So yeah, that's what happens.
Okay.
But you do manage to get away with it.
So that's now an identifiable vehicle, though.
Yes, it is exactly.
Yeah.
So
All right. Who's driving the sedan?
All right. What's our driving skills like? That's the question.
I've got a 2 in drive.
Total, or is it 2 plus you?
So my total is 5.
Okay, so you got a 5. I have a 4. And who else has a
I got a
driving
6.
rating?
I got a 6, but I'm
No.
driving the van.
Yeah,
just got a
you're driving the van.
All right, so I'll drive the pickup truck,
Okay.
and our fancy spy drives the sedan. Neither Stan nor Ethan have a positive rating in driving.
I got a permit. I can't drive past 8
Yeah, I
o'clock.
have my license. That is all.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Just means you can't do really fancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
all right. So who's taking what car?
So
Okay, so-
I'm driving the pickup, and Richard's driving
The sedan.
the Plymouth.
And I drive in the back of the pickup, just like an old X.
It's Colt and sedan. Plymouth is Richard. And who's in what car? And the van is right now it's Jerry. And so who's on the sedan is the kid, of course. And
Yeah.
who else? Will. Uh-huh.
All right. I think Ethan is given to actually just ride with the kid and make sure his vitals look in good shape and things.
Yeah, you just do neuro checks on him every once in a while. Just check his pupils and how he's doing, and he's doing fine.
But the kid's in the trunk.
Oh,
That's fine. I mean, oh, this is the sedan. It's not. Oh,
I'm guessing the kid right now is still in the van. We wouldn't have brought him in.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
can't reach into the
Okay.
trunk through the back seat. Back
Put him in the bed of the truck. I'll stay back there with him. Put some night vision goggles. And
God sakes.
okay. So Stan is with the kid in the van.
Right.
And Stan. And
not the van, the truck.
Ethan is in the Plymouth with Richard.
Mhm.
And Colt is in the pickup. And that's it, right? I'm not missing
Yep.
anybody.
I think
Yeah.
that's everybody.
So yeah. So You manage to get away. You manage to dispose of the van and transfer the kid to the trunk of the Plymouth. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Are
Zip tied.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How's the kid going in? Zip tied, gagged? What's
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All of the
How old?
above.
Yeah. The 16 you said or something?
14.
He's
14.
like 14.
Listen, Kermit, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, this is deep in
Hey,
felony
it's not
territory.
easy being green, dude.
Yeah. This is deep felony territory, right? That you guys are in. So don't get caught. All right. So Jerry and Stan, which car are you going? Is Colt driving by himself in the pickup, or is somebody riding shotgun, or driving the pickup, or what's the?
But Colt's driving the pickup, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but is he alone in the pickup, and everybody else piles up onto the sedan once you dispose of the
hell
van,
no.
or what's the?
No, Stan can go in the truck.
yeah, I'll run shotgun. No worries.
Okay. So it's Colt and Stan in the truck.
And then I'll get out of the driver's seat and let Jerry drive, unless he's not feeling up to it.
Oh no, it's okay. I just it's I'm gonna get mosquitoes.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the upside, you don't have to worry about window glare from the back windshield.
That's true. That's true.
Nice. All right. So this first leg of the procedure seems to be complete. What are your plans after this? By now, the sun is coming up. Because it was a while, right? You saw the ceremony, escaped the thing, drove down, did the thing to get the cars, then drove off again, dropped the van, set it on fire, and kept driving. So what's the, it's almost daylight. It's false dawn.
All right.
Yeah,
while we're stopped doing all that stuff, y'all want to take a rest for the night? I'm still a little banged up from rolling around.
Question. Who's injured again?
I'm injured.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so Jerry is what? One
non-lethal.
One non-lethal.
Yeah.
Richard is 2, was it?
Yep, 2 non-lethal.
2 non-lethal. Colt wasn't injured, was he?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, and Ethan wasn't injured either.
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
And Stan was
two
one.
non-lethal.
2 non-lethal. Okay, so that's worth checking up on. Yeah. So, you guys want to stop it here, or just because it's 10 minutes too?
Yeah.
Really?
We just need to find a place where we're going to hole up and get some sleep.
Yeah. So, but I don't want. It's.
Let's.
Maybe
what
you
do
want
y'all say we find a dusty old motel and crash for the night? Let's see. Maybe get a continental breakfast out of it and. Before bed, and then.
Let's park one of the cars like at the McDonald's across the street or something like that.
I like it.
Sounds good.
What? I think it's a bad idea, guys. I think we should get some food at a convenience store and gas station, and then go hole up one of these back roads. But I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jerry's got a point.
Yeah,
we're driving stolen vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a kid in the freaking Continental truck. I don't know where we gag him.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time we've had one in the truck.
Let's just drop him off with the authority. You don't know what's
all right. Yeah.
And if we stop at a convenience store, we can maybe get him a T-shirt and some shorts or something.
My God.
Good idea.
Let's just leave him at the police station, man.
Let's go to the police station. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
2 stolen vehicles. Yeah, wow, you need a nap real bad too.
Drop him off.
I was thinking of dropping him off at the ER and saying he was a disturbed person, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to.
We can't drop him off. He's a witness. He's possible
Yeah.
bait.
The kid's out of it. The kid's talking gibberish. You think you're gonna believe it?
Gibberish.
That might mean something later on, since we are going back to figure out what the hell is going on. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep the kid with us. I do like the idea of grabbing a back road to take a nap, although I am gonna miss out on a damn continental breakfast. Thanks. Let's move on. Let's roll
Twinkies
out.
and snow. Twinkies and ding dongs are just as good.
Truck. All right.
Let's
They also
roll
have
out to a
Cheetos.
convenience store, get what we need, and get to a place where we can rest.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Convenience store and hole up.
Just find like a
back
good back road. Yeah.
Yep, good back road that we can kind of just.
I
and
foresee
we
our
don't
dinner.
hear any fucking banjos. Because that, yeah, where'd that movie take place? We're not that far.
I foresee these guys having a dinner of cold Chef Boyardee, and it warms my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong
Straight
with
out the
that.
can.
I will eat a can of cold SpaghettiOs now.
Right. And I'm totally. I mean, I have a survival skill of 5. And I'm totally trying to like get us to like pull the cars off the road a little bit. I really want to make as be as hidden as possible.
Yeah, and
take watches
I can help with either my survival or my stealth for him to do that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So what's the healing for that non-lethal?
One a day, I think. Or let me check.
Lethal damage heals at rate of 1 point per. No, wait.
Yeah.
1 point per day is non-lethal.
We can do
Right.
some. I mean, I can do some first aid.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
The time for that's gone though. That's like the first hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was too busy scooping goop out of a space giraffe.
It's okay. Think nothing of it.
No, I mean they'll recover 1 by tomorrow. I think that's adequate.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So everybody will. Okay. Recover. Let me write this down so we can faster next week. Recover 1 point.
I'm eating my Twinkies and looking over at Colt and Rich and some, and I was like gibberish. Have you ever seen the crap that he writes? I read some of that stuff. The kid's talking completely sane compared to the crap he used to write.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we can stop the recording now.
Okay.